Hello everybody, welcome to Thursday night. It's Ben's Brick Designs. It's Ben, nice to see you. Oh, my head is huge. Welcome. Hey Kodiak, how's it going? So, first build tonight with the new computer. So I'm going to see how well the camera looks and everything. Otherwise it's going to be super chill. Not a lot really going on, no new builds, no new designs or anything, so we're just gonna build some Star Wars and go with that. So hopefully you have a good evening. We got some render stuff. Send me some stuff. We got a hellacious, move the chat over here so I can see it better. We got a hellacious hey Lego Geek, what's up Julian, how's it going? It looks clean, cool. We got a hellacious hailstorm tonight, and my car was... Oh, we got a new car. Beth got a new car. Oh, that's nice. That's some pretty stuff. That's some good stuff, man. I really like that. So, we had a hellacious hailstorm, and luckily the new car wasn't here. So, Beth was off getting some piercings. And luckily she was not here when it hailed, so yeah, if you want. So again, I'm gonna go over to come on in. So she got, what is that called?
Vertical labrae.
Vertical labrae, and then you got your daith pierced up in the ear.
It's supposed to help migraines. I don't know if it really does, but
there you go.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and so she got a blue Rogue, Nissan Rogue. New car too, like 2021. It's gonna be very cool. It's gonna be fun to drive. So let's get into this build. Nothing really else going on. So yeah, let's see if I can blow out an encoder or anything. Plus new tattoos. Posted these on Instagram. 3-ball Dragon Balls, and then Screw Attack from Metroid. It's getting scabby. You can see it's to this flaky, scabby part. So I just got to keep putting lotion on it. All right. So, redid the background because we got the shuttle. So now it's all space up on that corner there. So the whole reason I want to bust this open is we've got this and then this guy. And I want to get all the Knights of Ren out because the next microfighter I'm going to do is the Night Buzzard. The ship itself is not great, but I think the design for the microfighter that I did turned out pretty well. So I'm gonna do that. I'm also gonna crack open this beer. Shiner Bock. Cheers. I know that's in the first 5 minutes, but whatever. Yeah, Rebel Symbol. That one was one of the originals, so I got these done first, and then those done a couple weeks later. This was a couple years ago. And, yeah. So, alright. So, let's talk about, since we've got the shuttle and the... get this mouse out of the way. The shuttle and the Hubble up there. Let's talk about the snafu that was the VIP Ulysses satellite. It was not great. It was not fun. I hope there's no stickers in this because I'm not going to put stickers on this. It doesn't look like there are. I'm excited for all the trans red. I'm always excited trans red. I was not happy about how that shook out because I made sure to not schedule anything at 8 o'clock. Not a lot of people up at 8 o'clock. Anyway. So I could be online, refreshing the page, going back and forth with the page, Make sure I had my good solid internet connection. Sorry for the noise. RIP your ears. And at about 7:58, the site went down. Just being on the VIP site. And it just said VIP, the site didn't crash. It didn't give like a 404 or anything. But it did say the VIP service was unavailable. I was like, oh, well, that's typical. That tracks, right? Kind of expected it to be slow, but completely shut down. I didn't expect that at all. Oh, another tidbit. Since Beth went to get her piercing done tonight, we're ordering dinner late, so I may have a sandwich while I'm streaming. I know that's not really kosher, but I don't really care. I'm very hungry. And I didn't want to eat without her. So I'm going to have a sandwich off to the side over here. So I'm sitting on the website. The VIP bit is down. Thanks, Kodiak. Yeah, no stickers. It's kind of lovely. I don't know if this set got a lot of crap or what, but it seems like it's a nice set. You know, it's got a good amount of parts. It was probably a little overpriced. I remember paying a little more than I wanted to, so yeah. I'm gonna put this guy over here and have this guy over here. So back to the satellite. For about 10 minutes that the VIP page wasn't loading, and after about 10 minutes it started loading, but it only loaded, like, I was on the rewards page where I thought it was going to be, with, you know, the same places where the classic space coin was, which says sold out. If it's sold out, don't list it. I don't know why that's on there. Alright, we've got a commander, and we've got a, I guess that's Pride. It's probably Admiral Pride or Commander Pride or whatever his name is. So, oh, he needs a cape. So after the site finally loads and there's no item available, right? There's just it, and I'm sure some of you know what the VIP section looks like. It's basically got, right now, it'll have the satellite as sold out, but before it was basically the, I'm gonna have to turn off my alarms, or my alerts. No, that's alright, it reminds me to turn them off. It has drawings and art and tickets that you can get for, like, Legoland and stuff like that. And, oh, that's the wrong body. Where'd the other body go? Okay, just had it. Weird. Here's his helmet. There it is. But there was nothing, right? There was, like, some weird placeholders for, I can't even remember what it was now, but there were no items to buy, right? There wasn't even the first two sections of redeem your points for online purchases or redeem your points for in-store purchases. There was nothing. It had, like, a couple weird things and then, like, a banner, and that was it. I'm like, ugh, this is going to be terrible. And it was. So I'm watching, as soon as the page went dead the first time, I caught a screenshot of it and I went over to our Lugs Discord channel and I posted that absolutely figures, right? That totally tracks that happened. And went back to it about 8:22. I see a lugmate of mine post on Discord that he got one. I was like, what? And I mean, I've been literally sitting here like at 8 o'clock, 7:58, just going refresh, close the page, open the page, refresh, back, forth, close the browser, open the browser, nothing, right? So between the time he shows me that he got it and I hit refresh a couple more times, like this was at about 8:18 that he said he got it and had the receipt. At 8:22, it finally shows up on the page, right? Like one refresh, everything shows up, sold out. I'm like, so it's not like it was there and I clicked on it and it just spun. It wasn't even there. It wasn't even there to like not get a copy of it, you know? So here's a, oh wow, that's good focus, camera. Good job. See if I can get a little better. So that's Kylo Ren. He's got his, I forget what that's called. The Japanese word for it when you put something to get back together and it's stronger than it was or it's prettier than it was. There's a word for that. Yeah, I wish it would automatically focus a little better. But that's a pretty cool mold. I like the front. I wish it was a molded front instead of just a print, but that's pretty good. And then we got this dude who is, I guess, Commander Pride. I don't know. So anyway, I'm very upset about the whole thing because, I mean, I get it. It's not really, you know, I've stood in line for concert tickets when I was a kid or a teenager and not got them. You know, it happens. But the fact that I know a lot of people went out of their way to buy extra stuff to get this 1,800 points to be able to get this thing, and they had no idea the level of interest, right? So it's kind of a bummer. And oh, that's a later step. So, and then you can see like before you can tell these are all bots that did this, because before I was even done really like getting on Twitter and complaining about it, there were already, the sets were already on eBay for like $200. A $40 set, $30 set maybe. But because it's so hard to get, that now it's, so I was just very burnt out by the whole thing. I think it looks cool. I think you're right, though. It's probably dumb. It's just more of them abandoning what Rian Johnson did by putting it all back together because, you know, he has to look like Darth Vader. I get it. It's not great. But yeah. And that's okay, Kodiak. It's kind of an entitlement feeling where it's like, I was online. Why did I not get to get that thing that I wanted? It's like, well, they only made 1,000 of them, and 1,500 people wanted it, so probably more than that. So it's just kind of a bummer. I'm glad I didn't have to wake up. Man, if I had to wake up at like 2 in the morning to try to get it, and it did this, oh man, I'd be mad. So at least, you know, at least I got that. But I mean, it would have looked cool to have it as part of all the space stuff, have that little thing. And I could still bricklink it. That's no problem. I get all the parts for it. I don't think there are any parts that were that specialized. I have to see the instructions. I don't know. I have to take a closer look at it. The cantina is still yet to come. 4 months now. What does Lego say about that? And I know there was something about Battlefront back up here too. I'm going to try to make the chat a little bigger. Yeah, what have they said about... There's 2 stories. So there's this story that you had... with them just, you know, hey, it's been 4 months and I still don't have it. Do they just go, hey, that's FedEx's problem, not ours? I'd be like, look, I paid for this thing. I don't have it. I don't have it. So what's going to happen now? What are you telling me? Okay, this is interesting. This is a hinged piece. And I'm putting this on the back. So now it's not... Is it just so the color looks good? Because now that thing doesn't, it's not going to open anymore. It's no longer a hinged piece. All right, well, we'll see what happens. That's kind of weird. Oh yeah, it does look a little weird. It would have been cool if he made a different helmet. You know? Not just put that one back together, but it was like, look, I'm a different person now. I'm now... Because that's like his old persona versus his new persona of Supreme Leader. Did I get the shuttle for the 2... I've had the shuttle for weeks now. I got nothing for 2 points. I was kind of bummed about the whole satellite thing, so I didn't go and order anything for double VIP points day. Because I'm like, so why would I want to get more VIP points? So I can not get the thing that I wanted in a month when you have another one of these promos? It just seemed... I was really soured by the whole thing, and I was kind of like, well, I'm gonna do some Bricklink shopping for the next little bit and kind of stay away from Lego. A little bummed. Okay, so this will go on that. Aha, now they're telling me to do something. Oh, so you can still push it down, I guess, for something. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, I've had the shuttle now for 2-3 weeks. I keep putting it off because I got it a while ago, and then got the Tidarium shuttle or the Lambda class shuttle, and then Pooh's Treehouse and the Medieval Blacksmith, and then the Sith TIE Fighter, and then like one other thing. And then I've been doing some design stuff. I'm also sad, Connor. I am sad with you, buddy. It just hasn't shipped. I ordered it before it went out of stock, and I have no idea what's happening. I'm going to call again tomorrow. That sucks. So the other thing that I heard was somebody on Instagram was talking about how they called to complain about something. Like they didn't get an order like you did. I can't remember what the original complaint was, but it was completely valid. Like they ordered something and they didn't get it. I honestly don't know what. I'd have to go back and read it, and some of you may have read it. It's, we're all kind of nepotistically friends on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that, so maybe somebody else knows the story. But this person called to say, I haven't got this, or I ordered it and now it says it's sold out. So, do I get my money back or my points back or whatever it was? And they said yes. To make it right, they gave him like $150 worth of VIP points. Which, if the story stopped there, you'd be like, well, that's all right. I mean, it's not a good consolation to not get the thing you wanted, but at least they kind of like, this is what we can do. We can get some remuneration to you. But then apparently completely blocked him from being able to buy anything from Shop at Home, so from the Lego site. And I had to read it a couple times, and I was like, wait, so something happened, you didn't get something you paid for / ordered, you complained about it, and by complain, you contact customer service and say, hey, this thing happened. And then they give you something in kind of compensation for it, right? Yes. And then they block you from ever using their site again? And he's like, yeah. I was like, that just doesn't make any sense. I read it like 3 times, and I'm like, that sounds something like an overseas, fly-by-night like Wish or something would do, where they just block you. And I'm like, there has to be more to the story. And I didn't want to say anything because I'm like, there has to be more to this story. But I told him, I was like, that sounds really weird. I mean, you didn't do anything to provoke it or anything. He's like, nope. Not at all. Oh, I missed a couple pieces. Yeah, sure did. So it's really, so between that and your thing, Julian, I'm just like, not that customer service hasn't been anything but nice to me. I mean, I got a whole new, here's the thing, I got a whole new Amelia Earhart set because one piece was broken. I'm like, you can just send the new piece. But no, they sent me a whole new set. I'm like, well, all right. Which, that's going to be a contest thing at some point. Let's see. Honestly happy I've been able to get the VIP coin so far. I haven't even tried to get the coins. I have no desire to get the coins. I don't know. I guess I'm not a Lego fan. Because the coins, I'm just like, eh. Yeah, truth. And the more they were talking about it, I'm like, you did something. Like, they found out that you did something, or else, because I cannot imagine, I would be completely irate if I had done that. And what's to stop you from using a different email and making a new account? You know? Anyway. It just seemed really odd. It sounds like something a multinational company would do, slight of provoking or death threats. Yeah, and it... I don't know. It was really weird. So, that aside, I've thought about making new accounts to get VIP promos. Yeah? Yes, they did send me this set. I haven't even opened the box that it came in yet. So, I still have it sealed. And then what I did was just went on Bricklink and bought the other bent, that long red slope, which they call it. It's not a triple bow, but it's just like a, I forget, there's a weird name for it. It's like a modified brick, but it's just a big long wedge. I just went and ordered one because they were like 20 cents or something. I was like, so while I was ordering some more microfighter parts, I was like, well, I'll just throw this in here. So, I don't need it. I'm going to give it away. Modular bookshop for 2 times VIP. Cool. Yeah, so that's why I didn't order anything for VIP, because I feel a little like... So I was regaling my story on the AFAL Facebook page, and somebody was like, well, you should know how to do this by now. They were like really kind of condescending about it, and I feel like it may have been a bit of a cultural miscommunication, because they weren't... I went to their profile to see who they were because I thought it was a bot at first. And they're from Hong Kong, and basically they were trying to school me on why I didn't get the set. Saying things like, you should have a better internet connection. Make sure you have a wired internet connection, and then that you don't just refresh the page. You have to go back and forth on the page or reopen it. And I'm like, I work in IT. I know these things, and I was doing those things. And I was like, bitch, you know. But that really soured me too, because I'm like, well, of course you're going to come in here with your, I got one, and this is how I got one. It's like, that doesn't... You see all these people who also didn't get one? Do you think that they also didn't like try all these things to get it just as well as you did? I mean, I think you got lucky and they didn't. Don't chalk it up to some weird arcane IT skill that is dumb. Like added salt to the wound. Why don't you give me a nice paper cut and pour lemon juice in it? Yeah, oh, speaking of gatekeeping stuff, yeah, let me know what happens tomorrow, Julian. Send me a message. Because I kind of still want to get the what's its nuts? The thing that you're getting. The Cantina. But every time I do, I kind of remember the story of you not getting yours. I was like, oh, I don't want it to sit. Is it even available still? I thought maybe it was still sold out. You're talking about the Ulysses set? Yeah, Connor. That was so. It was. Everybody was tweeting about it and posting about it on Facebook groups and everything, and just how terrible the process was. Oh, there's such a glare on this. That's weird. Okay. Tell you what I do like. I like that shuttle. That shuttle is really nice. It was really fun to put together. I was watching it, or I was building it and watching Enterprise, and I just felt like being super nerdy about space stuff, and it was just a lot of fun. So I try to hold on to that. Yeah, that tracks, because it's going to be one of those that retires soon too, and everyone's going to be like, we had one shot to buy that. $350 set. I keep looking at places like Barnes & Noble and Kohl's to see if they like accidentally have it, because sometimes they do. Best Buy sometimes has Lego sets, so I keep my eyes open for that. You like the space coin? Cool, I'm glad you got one. I know a lot of people had problems with that too. So, two things. Speaking of gatekeeping, did you guys hear about all that tweet that somebody put out about Knights of the Old Republic and Darth Revan and all that stuff? Speaking of gatekeeping, where the original poster was just like, basically, you're not a Star Wars fan if you don't know who Revan is. And, oh my god, look, Baby Yoda and Raylo and all this kind of stuff. And I was just like, oh, gross. Did I miss a step in here? Because there's a bit that's different. Alright, guess not. Sometimes my Barnes & Nobles has the Treehouse and Big Idea sets, and I'm like, what the? Yeah. That was one place. So I was trying to get the Pirate Raider, whatever, ATST from Mandalorian, because Mandalorian was at the time such a big property. Still is, but at the time it was huge. I couldn't get that set. Like, Lego didn't have it. Target was always sold out. Walmart was always sold out. They said they had it available, and then I'd go check, and they're like, yeah, we don't have it. So finally, I just happened to like go to, somebody had said there was one at Barnes & Noble. I was like, really? So I called, and they're like, yeah, we got a couple. I was like, so I ran over and got it. And that's also where I got, I got Voltron off Bricklink. Somebody had a Voltron, and I'm like, I'm just going to buy it. Is that it, really? Okay. Does everything sound okay, too? I didn't ask if everything sounded okay. Music and vocals and stuff. Have to check. Oh, no, I've got one, and I took it apart. I got it long enough to get the figure, and that's kind of all I really wanted. Two figures, actually, because I don't care about the pirates, but I did want the Cara Dune and the Mando. But yeah, this gatekeeping Darth Revan thing, like I have a Twitter account. This, like, my voice or the music, because I can turn the music up a little bit. I just didn't want to blow it out, because I haven't been able to figure out, without buying like a physical mixer, how to, sounds a little more clear than usual. Awesome. Maybe the processing power of my new computer. I want to figure out how to incorporate the music into OBS, so you're not hearing it from a phone through a mic, like it's actually playing on the browser through or from an app injecting directly into the streaming. But I have not figured out how to do that. And I don't think I'm going to be able to with software. I think I'm going to actually have to get a physical mixer and have an out from something else into the mixer, then have the mic go into the mixer, and then have that come out back into the computer. Are you going to try to get the May 4th promo? I don't even know what the May 4th promo is at this point. And I don't know that... I feel like I'm a little burned out about it. About promos. So, going back to Kodiak, you had said you were playing Battlefront. You had finally finished the Battlefront story. It's the Godly Sand Planet. The Godly Sand Planet? That sounds not Lego-like. So Battlefront 2, the fact that it even had a story is kind of a minor miracle. It was okay, but it was very short. I would have loved to have played it for another, because it's like a 5-6 hour maybe. Oh, Tatooine. Because the Godly Sand Planet is Arrakis. Brad's Life, what's up? I'll check it out, Connor. I'll see. I'll take a look and see if it's something I'm interested in. I haven't spent a whole lot on at the store lately, so I'm kind of due. It's been about a month. Yeah. So the story itself is not the best thing ever, but the multiplayer is a lot of fun. And I've been playing the multiplayer. I forget when this came out, 2017. So I played the 2015 version until the new one came out. And there's still bits that I miss about the 2015 version. Some of the modes and some of the planets. Like I miss being on Sullust. Sullust had some great maps. I liked Walker Assault a whole lot. I'm kind of sad that they don't have something... I mean, they have the Galactic Assault in this, but it's not the same. But BF2, yeah, is just so much fun. And I've played it like daily since 2017. I cannot stop playing it. I played a little bit tonight. Played some Starfighter Assault before doing this. Yeah, the heroes are a bit overpowered, and they were like way overpowered at the beginning, and then some of them were not powered enough. Like Boba Fett was he was so weak in like his E11, or his gun was weak, but his hero barrage was way overpowered. So they 2 months after, 6 months after, they always tweak the heroes a little bit. I usually main Bosk because I like the way he jumps, and I like the way he can kind of sit in one space and just he can take a lot of damage. And the reason I like him a lot too is that his damage doesn't get completely reduced, right? Like if you're any other hero, you take damage down to a certain point, and then you can only build up health back to that point, whereas he can get his full health back. And I'm like, yeah, you can live as him for a while. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, I have a ton of fun with all of it. And I got excited when Squadrons came out, because I was like, yeah, this is gonna be like old school X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, and I like the graphics on Starfighter Assault, but it all seems too arcadey. Like I'd rather have missions, and I'd rather have, maybe you have to do a scouting mission that takes a really long time because you just got to hang back and then go as fast as you can and scout a bunch of containers and then get out of there, or be on a bombing run that, you know, you have to hit it precisely, or you have to like escort a convoy. So there's all these things that I missed about X-Wing TIE Fighter that I thought we were going to get with Squadrons. And the story with Squadrons is about the same as the story with Battlefront, in that it doesn't take very long to get through it, and when you're done, you're like, well, now I'm left with 4 or 5 maps to play over and over and over again in Starfighters. And you've got 4 people against 4 people, and then some dummy AIs. And it's just like... So it was fun for a little bit. And it's a $40 game. It wasn't a $60, $70 game, so it wasn't a AAA game. And I did play... I did play it in VR, but I have an old PS1... Or I only have the first iteration of VR for the PS. So it was like the V1 headset. So it was a little fuzzy, and but still fun. But I think the fun wore off after a while. Are you talking? Yeah. I mean, I really liked. I love space combat games. Anything that comes out space combat, I really like. Or any space simulator kind of thing. Doesn't have to be combat, but any, you know. So like when No Man's Sky came out, I was really excited. Then I heard it sucked, so I didn't get it. And now apparently it's great again. And I think EVE Online was pretty good. But like the Jupiter incident, I got that. Nexus, the Jupiter incident, that was a lot of fun. Stuff like that. I keep waiting for a really good Star Trek one to come out, and I don't think we've had one yet. I think we've had a couple attempts with like Bridge Commander and Fleet Commander or something like that. But yeah. So there's that. Oh yeah, nice. I like games with good soundtracks. Horizon Zero Dawn also has an amazing soundtrack. And you can find it on YouTube, and it's like 4 hours of the game's music, and you can just put it on the background and listen to it while you work or study or whatever. It's super cool. I wish I could listen to it while we're doing this, but I'm sure I'll get dinged. And that was a great game. That game was probably the whole reason I bought a PS4. Because I knew Battlefront was coming out, but I saw this game like at an E3 demo or something and was just blown away. I could not be more excited to get it. So the sequel for it's coming out, and I'm super excited about that too. But I don't know if I'm ready to get a PS5 just yet. Because the games I'm getting for PS4 are still awesome. The Spider-Man games, all the Uncharted games, they're all great. I don't know what I would do with... I don't know what a PS5 offers me, other than at some point they'll stop making games for it. This is an interesting connection here. They're really thinking this is going to fall apart or something. No Man's Sky was good for like a solid 3 hours. Yeah, I've heard they've redone it too, to where it's like it's a lot more playable now, and there's more community, and there's more just more to it, and it's, you know, some of the procedural stuff works a little better now, because that was the big thing when it first came out. It's like it's a procedural generator, right? It's not like a set amount of planets, because that's all they could program in. It's just like, yeah, we're just going to say, here's all the variables. You go to this planet, it's just going to go blah, 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 and then that's your planet. Those are the animals, those are the plants. Figure some stuff out. And I was like, that is amazing. I'm really looking forward to doing something with this, but I was stupid and listened to people, and they said, no, it's no good. But now it's good. I don't know. Okay, take care, Julian. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, no worries not making it on Sunday. It's all good. I think I'll probably do a design on Sunday, but we'll see how things go. I was supposed to do a stream. I might do a stream with a friend of mine. She was here a while back. We talked about Star Wars and stuff. So I may talk to her. Did I miss? Ugh, I think I missed. I didn't. Okay, good. She's an in real life friend and just loves all things Marvel and Star Wars, and so we have some good talks. So I might do that. Maybe not Sunday. I don't like making people wake up to do something early in the morning on Sunday. Gotta remember to build over here. But maybe next Thursday we'll do that, and then I'll build the other, the Thai Whisper. Deuces Lego Geek. I love Stardew Valley, but I burn myself so quick. Quick with T. I don't know what any of that means. I'm guessing it's a Stardew Valley thing. So other than Battlefront, the only game I really ever played was, well, not really ever played, but Star Wars wise was Fallen Order. If you want a good story, Kodiak, Fallen Order is great. The gameplay is a little different from what I was used to, so it was hard to go because I was still playing Battlefront at the time. So it was hard jumping back into different combat styles and different buttons that you're used to one thing. But you know, you get the swing of it pretty quick. And the story is really cool, and the customizable stuff's okay. I really like what it added to the lore of Star Wars. That's what I was pretty excited about. There's actually a video out today about Galen Merrick, about what to do with his appearance as Darth Vader's secret apprentice in Force Unleashed. I don't think that has any bearing on anything that's happening or not happening. They're just kind of like, hey, remember this guy? So they were talking about if they were to bring him back, he could be like, one of the Inquisitors, the 11th brother or something like that. I don't even know if like all the named, if they're all named or anything. Like I don't know who's what in that. And these are going to be another one of these spring-loaded shooters, I bet, because these are just resting in there. How many sets do I have in my backlog? I have one. I have two. So I guess, okay, so I have the Sith TIE Fighter, the Dorito winged one, and then I have this creator set. This one. Oh, everybody, dog. Is there food? I didn't even hear it. That's weird that she did.
Did you hear the doorbell?
No, I didn't.
Weird.
Well, the doorbell's in that hallway by the TV.
Oh.
So that doesn't surprise me. This is the Dorito one because it's got a Dorito wing. Sith TIE Fighter. And I got it for like $50, so I didn't pay a whole lot for it.
Are you gonna eat now or later?
I'm gonna eat now. I'm effing hungry. I'm gonna move some of this stuff over here. I'm gonna try to not have it on camera, but I am gonna eat it. You can go put it on a plate or something, or just leave the one sandwich here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I just didn't know if you could show the brand name of...
Why would I not be able to show a brand name? Schlotsky's, everybody. This dinner is brought to you by Schlotsky's. Licorice got up when he heard the dog. Kodiak's dog got up.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's funny. So, Salt and vinegar. Yeah, sorry for eating on screen, but I'm very hungry and it's late. And if I eat any... Oh, it's cat. His cat got up. I forgot Licorice was a cat. Yeah, so I'm gonna chow into this pretty quick. What were we talking about? I can't remember now. Oh, so that's my backlog. I have that ship. I have the little creator robo drone that I just got on a whim. Technically, I have a Darth Vader head that was a Target exclusive, but I haven't decided if I'm going to open that yet or not. I don't do the other heads, the other busts, so it really doesn't matter to me if I have it on display or not. Since it's Star Wars, having it on display would be pretty cool, but that's so weird. So, is there any reason... I mean, I guess so this doesn't knock this off. But, I mean, you can just put a plate there. You don't have to be overly complicated with that.
Hey, baby.
Yeah.
Pickle?
What?
Did you get a pickle?
I did get a pickle.
Okay.
Thank you. So, Connor, I got the Dorito one because I wanted to get all the... Not being a minifig person, I don't know why I did this, but I wanted to get all the Knights of Ren. And I thought about just getting them on Bricklink, but then I thought, you know, if I can get the sets for cheap, I can get all the figures that I want, plus all those parts. Because I'm just going to take all these apart at some point. Those should be the, that's not right. I'm sitting there trying to manhandle that and it won't go on. That should be what I do with like the guest streams and stuff, is just sit here and take stuff apart. Like so. So I ended up getting this set, the Night Buzzard, Poe's X-Wing, and the Sith TIE Fighter, and I think that's all the sets. And you should be able to get all 6 of the Knights of Ren. And also, like, you end up with like 5 Knights of Ren. Or you end up with 5 Kylo Ren figures. Flipping back over. Alright. So that's why I got it. And I didn't pay full price for it. I found these on like Facebook Marketplace. A fellow lug person had something from... She had this one for sale for $70 instead of $90 or whatever it was, whatever stupid thing it was. Did I not do that right? See, it doesn't have that listed as a part, but... So that's why I did it. Alright. Well now, I'm missing some... I think I'm missing some stuff. Let's go back. Ah, here we go. I did miss that. There's also a whole lot of these left over. That didn't sit too well with me. This one doesn't have it. Can't see any other place that has it. Guess that's it. Oh! That does have it. Alright. Well, that makes more sense. Yeah, having 1 piece left over is good. Having 3 is like, well, you're done messed up somewhere. Alright. So there's there's your extra pieces. Of course, you get an extra lightsaber and a bunch of 1x1s. Nothing too crazy. Take this moment to take a bite of my sandwich. Do it off camera. Best of my ability. Smooth. I know some Lego purists are probably mad at me for eating a big old buttery sandwich and then touching all this Lego. Probably freaking out right now. Also eating really late. Like this is like 2 hours after I normally eat, which means I'm gonna be up all night. Well. Nope. Come on, where is it? Alright, I don't like knolling all this stuff out, but... Huh. Alright, fair enough. Maybe this doesn't exist. Can't imagine they would put that small of a piece in this big bag. So did it not make it out of the bag? Nope. Bag is empty. Is it under the instructions? Negative. That sucks. Oh, there it is. Ugh, that took entirely too long. You think Dengar's the best bounty hunter? Solo Trio Studios. Why do you think that Dengar is the best bounty hunter? I'm not disagreeing with you. I think he's a great character. I really liked... That's another character I liked playing in the original Battlefront. He was a lot of fun to play. He was very sassy. I'm going to say Bosk is pretty good. I don't have a whole lot of knowledge of any other bounty hunters. So... I mean, I know the, IG-88 and Forlom and Zuckuss and all those guys. Technically Greedo. Short-lived as it was. I loved the old book, The Tales of the Bounty Hunter. They had like the Tales from Mos Eisley Cantina and Tales of the Bounty Hunters and Tales from Jabba's Palace. Those were great. I loved those books. And there was a story about Dengar in it, which is really good. Something about him saving Boba Fett. It was really fun. I also think Star Wars did a lot for the bounty hunter profession in general. I think people think bounty hunters are, well, I mean, I guess like smugglers too. There's always that mystique that goes along with the professions that is not what real life is like. But I guess that could be said for anything. So I feel like bounty hunter in actual life is probably neither glorious nor very profitable, somewhat profitable. I don't have any idea. Not very safe, though, I would think. I think if somebody's running from the law, there's a reason, and you probably don't want to, like, just go stick your neck out to find out what their deal is. Yeah, and I mean, part of it I would think is also like private detective. You know, you actually have to track people down, and there's paperwork, and you have to dig for where they are, and I'm guessing it's kind of logistics and stuff. Sort of like a glorified debt collector or something. Big hunk of masaka that I just swallowed whole. Didn't even bother chewing it. So, is anyone watching Debris? Am I the only one watching Debris on the whole planet? Let me know if you are or aren't. This is some nice, getting ready for some greebling going on right in there. Stuck in there a little bit with that vent and that rail plate right there. It's nice stuff. I do like that I haven't seen an encoder message down there, so that's... I like it. Like a bike courier or like international. Take flights and go places and stuff. I guess you can be local and still do that too. So I'm going to forgive a lot of the Technic stuff that's going to happen in this build because this is one of those spaceships that doesn't make sense. It's, you know, its fuselage is all here and it's just got these wings, you know. And you're like, well, that doesn't make sense at all in the real world, so going to need a lot of Technic to hold that up. Oh, really? Okay. Were you taking Beanie Babies across into Canada? Something like that? I'm asking that question because I don't want to pry. It's interesting, but the details are yours and yours to offer alone. That is very cool, though. Kind of. Man, today was a long day. Ulysses said it's going for 200 on aftermarkets. Yep, that's stupid. Lego needs to make more. Yes, they do. Oh, okay. Yeah, the DA is racist. I couldn't agree with you more. Did you get the satellite, Brad? Because if you did, I hate you now, and you're no longer allowed on my stream. So I didn't. I never officially ran that route, Kodiak. But when I lived here, like shortly after I moved here, I went with my soon-to-be father-in-law, or recently made father-in-law, and my recently made brother-in-law, to go from basically here, we were in Houston at the time, down to Laredo to get medicine. Mostly, not like really even painkillers, but like albuterol, right? Like inhaler stuff, because it's crazy expensive, and a lot of insurances won't cover it sometimes. So that's why I was going. I didn't need it. My wife needed it. And it was a fun time. We got lost and ended up in Corpus Christi. This was pre-GPS and Google Maps and stuff. Late father-in-law, late ex-father-in-law. It's like, no, I know where I'm going. He did not. And I'm waking up on the coast of the Gulf in Corpus, and I'm like, I don't think this is where we need to be. It's kind of fun. But yeah, so we got what we needed, and then we came across the bridge, and basically we had because we were white people, we had a bag, and they just kind of let us back across. Yeah, exactly. And that's basically what we're into. We're in like a Geo Metro. 3 white dudes in a Geo Metro. And, you know, while we were there, we stopped and had goat fajitas and a couple beers. Shockingly, nobody asked me to marry their sister while I was there. And that's happened to me in real life when I was living in Denver. I dated a girl for about 2-3 months, and I thought it was going pretty well, but at one point she was telling me this story about her sister. She was growing up in Colombia, and her family, and how they were trying to get some of their family out of Colombia. I was like, oh, all right, interesting. And then she sprung it on me. She was like, so if we paid you like $5,000, would you marry my sister so she can come to the U.S.? And I'm like, I thought, you know, my first thought is, could we still date? Because I don't know your sister. And I said, you know what? No. I really, you know, I'm 20, 21, maybe 22. It's like, I really don't want to get in trouble with the law. I may only be a theater kid in college, but I really don't want to ruin my education, first of all, and the rest of my life, secondly, by marrying just to get somebody into the country. So I'm going to have to take a pass. And then shortly after that, she broke up with me. So I'm like, well, okay, that was a really nice way to have set me up for that. It was a long con. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this internal structure, I think, to hold these wings in place. Okay. Yeah, totally out of left field. We both worked as bussers at a hotel. And I thought she was really cool. She had, I mean, it was kind of sad. She had a lot of stories of where she grew up and how dangerous it was, and she was just really cute and nice. In the end, completely lying to me about stuff, so. What are you gonna do? It got me to where I am today, so can't complain too much. Oh. Just down in there, huh? Plop. All right. And then turn it that way. Stick this pin in here. I'm guessing all the way in. Yep. Oh. So this is kind of a problem now because I'll be right back. Did you miss me? Okay, so that yellow bit needs to go all the way in, but it's not. So something is stuck in here, and I have to find out what it is. So I want to get this out, but I don't want to scratch it. So I'm going to try to pull it out with this rubber band and pliers so I don't ruin the finish. Or, not the finish, but I don't want to like gouge it. If I can get it out, goodness gracious. There we go. So see that it goes all the way through that. Then I can't see where it, see, because that's all buried in there now. If there's something in there that's not built right, I'm going to have to take this whole thing apart, and that's going to be a problem. Best of luck. Oh yeah, got it out. It's all good. Connor says, I feel inclined to buy more sets from Lego. I do too, Connor. I, however, oh man. There's a couple sets that I probably am going to get at some point. But yeah, this is really weirdly, I don't even know. Okay, so it's that one. And that one goes on that side. So the one before it. Okay, so there's really nothing under there that would get in the way. When is the 2 points thing over, by the way? I think it ends like the 18th or something? Okay, so it just doesn't... So this should just be... Alright. Well, I don't know why it's not going in then. It should clear all of it. Let's see. There's nothing there. That should be a problem. That should just be a... Oh, there we go. Okay, this just must have been slightly off kilter. Alright, well that was a good 5 minutes we'll never get back. The 20th, okay. That's probably the way to do it, Brad. I might just do that. You get VIP points for that too, right? Because there's no set that I really want right now. I'm trying to hold off on buying a whole lot of stuff. Because I know that come summer there's going to be a lot more. Star Wars especially. And I don't want to have to like go broke now and then, well, not go broke, but there's a limit to how much you want to spend and then feel good about yourself later. You're like, oh god, I spent so much money on that. Local store was loaded. Yeah, the last time I went, when I got the shuttle, the pick-a-brick wall seemed... I was a little upset because I walked in and they said, can I help you? And I was like, shuttle. And they just grabbed the shuttle and started ringing it up. And I was kind of like, well, I kind of want to look at the pick-a-brick wall too. But at the same time, I'm like, no, let's just get out. It was one of the first places I'd been to since anything last year. So I was like, yeah, this is probably smart. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to be lingering. I don't want to dip my hands in stuff. But I think they do a thing where you just point to the wall and they say, and they give you, large or small cup, and they give you whatever. So I'd have to really make sure that I want whatever it is. Because my luck, I'll get something that's not great. And now I'm like, well, I got a cup of this stuff. I've also decided my big mock, and that's what I want, snot elements. I want little bitty, I want these things, I want headlights, I want 1x1 bricks with the studs on the sides or opposites or adjacents. 1x2s with studs, those kinds of things. Brackets, all kinds of brackets. So the Big Mac, I think I'm going to take apart because I just don't know how many pieces I need for it. I don't want to keep guessing, but I want to actually finish it. So I think I'm going to take it all apart, resort it out, and then build it all in Studio. And it's not going to be hard to build a canyon in Studio. You're just stacking stuff, right? There's no figuring out where pieces go or anything. You're just like, nope, just build it up till it's done. But then at least I'll have a count. I'll be like, okay, I need, because right now I don't have any idea. 1,000, 100, 200, 3,000. I don't know how many pieces I need. And of what color. Like, I don't want to over-order dark tan and then be short on orange. Or dark orange. So I'm going to do that. That's the next thing. I have a lot of next things. Get this all cleaned up. A buddy of mine has some nice... oh, you get a scoop with your own scoop? Sweet. So a buddy of mine has some nice shelving that he's getting rid of. That he texted me and was like, do you want these? And they are IKEA shelves. They're like the black shelves with the glass fronts. And they're, square kind of thing. Shelves. And another mock maker, the Trending Brick. I'm sure you've all seen his stuff on Instagram. He sent me a message and he was like, "Look at these, work really well." And he showed me. He's like, "This is my new design room." I'm like, "Sweet." And it's those shelves, and if you get them stacked up to here, and then the ones on top of that you flip over, and they stack better, and they display better. And then he's going to get some like acrylic risers, and he's going to put all his microfighters in it, displayed like that. I was like, that's a great idea. So that's what all these shelves are that my friend's given me, and there's like 6 of them. So not only, that's pretty loud, are they the perfect shelves, but I've got a lot of them now. Trouble is I gotta make room. I don't have, and I don't know where to put them. Maybe in the entryway over here. I don't know. We'll see. But that's another next thing. Getting pretty close to being done with tonight. It's 9:30, and I want to finish my sandwich. Did I miss a step again? Why do I keep missing these steps? What else did I miss? Wow, way back here. Huh. Alright, well, doing it now. So I think this is why there's a couple people who do, I think Miss Tapcat does this, where she has, like in the lower, where is it? That corner. She has the instructions. So she's like scrolling through so you can kind of build and watch at the same time, which is kind of cool. And she has more of an overhead camera, which is nice. But at the same time, like if I had to constantly click through, I think I would go crazy. Okay. Yeah, it may be different. It's just how, because every store is going to be in a different state, which has different laws, different municipal acts, different mayors and governors saying, don't do this, do this. Wear a mask, don't care. Stores can be open, stores can't. So every place is going to be different. That is very true. The fact that our store opened up at all was kind of interesting, but not unsurprising in Texas, because our governor is a jackhole. Do not like him or the things he's done. Oh, it's gonna get fancy in here. Only 3 of these guys. Something's gonna go here. Yeah, I haven't got anything. Usually our lug, I think one of the store employees is a member of our lug, and they usually post when stuff was going on at the store and when things were changing, like they were able to do curbside, you were able to go into the store, that kind of stuff. They were pretty quick to let us know, and the whole group got the email. So I'm sure if something changed like that, we'd be able to. What I really want is I want to be able to look at, like, we used to have a website that had what was on the pick-a-brick wall, and we had this sweet deal with the store where if we were to volunteer to go in, and we would rotate every week or 2 weeks or a month maybe, where someone would go in and take an inventory of what was on the pick-a-brick wall and update the site. And in doing so, this was a service to the store. So we were able to, they said we could get like a free cup from the pick-a-brick wall. So for a while, there was me and another guy, and we were basically trading off doing this. So like once a month or once every so often, I forget what the time frame of was it now, but I could go in and get a large cup of bricks. It was pretty fun. Plus, it felt good knowing that you could go in and kind of hang out with the store people and get to know them and be part of the community. And then they stopped doing that. And also they just stopped getting a lot of, there was changes for the PAB from corporate. Like they weren't going to do a lot of what they were doing before. So it was interesting. Okay. This was right when they started, because at first the pick-a-brick wall it just felt like random pieces that were put up there. But they started doing, this is right when they started doing this, where they would have like the builds in store where they'd have the events. They'd have a calendar of events, and sometimes they would have an in-store build where you could come in with your kid. And it was kind of like, you kind of have to bring a kid. You just can't show up as an AFOL and do this. But, and they would have builds, so they'd have pieces for everybody. And you could, build a thing and then take home a nice little build. There's your front cockpit. That's pretty nice. Lots of red. It's interesting the way they did that too. So, pretty cool. So they would have those pieces because they had to have a lot of them as part of the pick-a-brick wall, so that like if you missed the meeting or if you missed the build that month, you could go and get the pieces for it and then build it yourself. So I think that's about it for me tonight. I know it's only 9:20, but I don't want to open up yet another bag and go till 10 because I want to finish my sandwich. But I will say thank you for being here, everybody. I'll probably finish this off camera. It's not like, it's an older set, earlier last year, so no big. It's just going to be some wings from now on. But it is about 6 bags total, so not terribly big. But thanks everybody for being here. Have a good night, a pleasant night. And I will see you guys on Sunday. And if you have any suggestions for new designs to do for Sunday, just ask. I think I posted in my Discord at some place a list of ships, of Star Wars ships, or if you know a ship that you haven't seen me or anybody else do, just send me a message on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or something like that. And if it's something I haven't done on my list, then I will add it and maybe we'll work on a design for it. So take care everybody, and we'll talk to you soon. And where's my end scene? All right, have a good night.